Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided that I'm gonna do a little birthday vlog. So I'm about a week from my birthday, and typically I really celebrate my birthday all month long. This month I haven't really done that. And I was actually talking to a friend about this, and I think this month I really haven't felt the need to celebrate as hard, just because honestly I kind of been doing all the stuff that I want to do, and I've been on a lot of adventures in the last couple of months. So I think maybe I'm just, I don't know, just kind of a little bit tired. But I decided that for the next week, I'm going to do something, either fun. Like, I'm just going to fill my cup up. I'm always filling my cup up, but like really for this next week, I'm going to do some things that I've been wanting to do and just have some fun, do some spontaneous things, hopefully. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And I know this is a little bit different from the content that I normally do, because if you're new here, I'm Shantae, and I share my wellness journey. I share my journey with fibroids and my holistic lifestyle. And so today, like I said, this vlog is going to be a little bit different because it's really just me, sharing some thoughts that I'm having about the next year, sharing my birthday, all that jazz. So if you're interested in that, thank you so much for watching. Also, if you are new here, drop me a comment, introduce yourself, let me know what you would like to see more of, because I feel like I've been doing this for a little bit, but I'm still kind of getting my groove and still just trying to figure out like what I want to be talking about and creating. Wellness is definitely going to always be a part of that. My journey with fibroids is going to always be a part of that, but I want to do some more fun stuff. And so I'm like, why not do that for my birthday or for my birthday week? So I'm going to take y'all with me all week long and share, as much as I can this week. I'm going to try not to make this vlog too crazy long, but yeah, just come with me. So today, right now, I just did my makeup, or most of it. I'm gonna do some finishing touches in a little bit, but I am going to I guess you can call it like a viewing. One of my friends is an amazing, super talented PR agent, and one of her clients has this luxury leather goods handbag line. And so I'm gonna go to that. She's doing this showing at this art gallery all week, and so I'm gonna go check that out with her and spend some time with her because I haven't seen her in a while, and go check these bags out because I actually do need a nice leather tote. So I don't know if I'm gonna see that, but also the prices might be a little bit out of my budget at this time, but I do want to check it out because the stuff that I saw so far, or the stuff that I kind of saw online, was really nice. So I would love to see it in person, and hopefully one day purchase from this designer. So I'm gonna take y'all along with me on that. I'm supposed to be leaving right now, actually, but I'm gonna throw on some clothes. I have on a dress, but I don't really know if I'm actually gonna wear this, so I'm gonna show y'all what I end up coming up with. It's a little bit cool today, but it's not like cold. So I think what I have on might actually work. I think I'm covered enough that I won't be super cold. I just don't know if I have some good shoes to wear with what I got on, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna show y'all when it's all said and done. All right, y'all, let me hurry up so I can get out of here. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to stand in front of my big mirror so you can see this. I'm gonna keep on this outfit. Let me find me some earrings. I think I have some shoes, but I gotta climb to the top of this closet to get to them. So let me see. Let me get up there. Okay, y'all. I did decide to keep my the dress that I have on. Let me turn the camera around so y'all can see. I'm trying to decide which shoes. I think I'm gonna wear these just because they are more comfortable. I mean, the look is pretty similar. It's not that big of a difference in the look, but it's just that the right shoe is just more comfortable for me. And I think the heel tab might need to be replaced on one of these shoes. So I'm gonna wear that. I need to put on some earrings. Um, yeah, it's a cute little dress. I think I got this from H&M. Y'all, let me find. Okay, let me get in the better light because I don't even know if y'all could see. Okay, y'all, so this is my little outfit. I love this dress. I think I'm gonna wear, hold on, these shoes, the one on the right. I was trying to decide, but I think I'm gonna wear the one on the right because the look is pretty similar, but these are just more comfortable. So I'm gonna take this off. Okay, putting on my shoes. I just need to put on some earrings, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. I am gonna take a sweater because it's a little chilly today. And I'm gonna wear a little fragrance too. Oh, let me find me some earrings. I really need more jewelry. Just some basic things. I don't know if y'all can see that earring, but it's just a little heart with a little black. I think that will do for today, y'all, because I'm running late. I was running ahead of schedule, but now I'm running behind schedule. But I'm finna get out of here for real. So let me put these earrings on. I need to put a lip on. Let me see what kind of lip I got. Okay, let's see what I'm gonna do for these lips. I think I wanna the lip bar. I love me some lip bar. Okay, I'm using, I think this is Low Key. I don't know if they sell Low Key anymore. I think it was Low Key that they don't sell anymore, but I think that, oh no, my little thing broke. Y'all, even if I don't like this little combo, I'm gonna make it work because I ain't got a lot of time. And then I'm gonna let me do this Tower 28 to make this a little bit more, yeah, brown, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, y'all. Not with this outfit. I wear this combo a lot, but I think I should have just done the Low Key all over my lips, or like on most of my lips, even though that looks a little bit better now that I like some. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I like that. Okay, y'all. I feel like with the lighting, I look a little washed out right there. Okay, that's my lip. I'm gonna just take gloss with me. I'm gonna pack my little bag and I'm finna get out of here, y'all. I will see y'all at the gallery. Okay, y'all, I am here. I'm actually a little bit early. Ooh, my nails is starting to chip, but I'm here a little bit early. Yeah. Okay, y'all, I am here. I'm actually early, which I love. Y'all, when I tell you leaving home early is a good nervous system hack. It's a good nervous system hack. So me personally, I low-key hate driving. Like, if I could afford to just have a driver all the time, I would. And I live in a major city, so usually if I'm going out or stuff like that, sometimes I'll have to drive what I consider to be pretty far, because I didn't grow up in a major city. So to me, anything over 15 minutes is, I consider that far. But when we talk about all these nervous system hacks, sometimes just how you manage things or how you manage your schedule is part of the problem, is part of the reason why your nervous system is in an uproar. So I'm one of those people. I like to leave home early, at least like 10-15 minutes early, so that way I can take my time getting where I'm going. If I get stuck in traffic, it's not such a big deal. You know, it just helps me not be frazzled when I get to where I'm going. But I also like to get to where I'm going, because if I'm going to record and I'm going to hang out with my friend, I want to go where I'm going. If I need to do a little recording before they get there, I have some time to do that, so I can really just be present. But yeah, if you're a person, you feel like you're always anxious, your nervous system is always in an uproar, it might be I'm not going to say it's a time management issue all the time, but one of the things that you can do to help with that is start putting in some buffer time into your schedule, so you're not always frazzled and rushing. Okay, that's that on that. But I'm going to go ahead and head in. My friend's not here yet, but I'm going to head in so that I can kind of scope the scene out. And if I want to record, I can record a little bit before she gets here. Okay, let's go see what's this all about.
This brand was born from a lot of self evaluation, a process of losing myself, finding myself, asking myself that question: who am I? Right? Like, where do I come from? And it really, that question stemmed from like a disruption between what I did and who I was. And I felt like at some point in my life, the two were not matching up, or I was having a really hard time reconciliating, like, this person I was performing to be and the person I was getting to know, you know what I mean? And so obviously that leads us to the very beginning. And when you think about who you are, you think about where you come from, where you were born, your roots, whatever have you. So I'm Kenyan, and Ario means two in my mother's language. So at the root of me is a duality. My mom is Luo, my dad is Luya. So I'm two different tribes. But Kenyan, yeah. But for us, that tribalism is something that colonialism, but it's ultimately the reason why my parents didn't end up together. So there's like a positive and like a negative, but I'm a Gemini. Duality runs pervasive throughout a lot of aspects of me, as you will see, but even at the root of it was like I come from two different worlds per se.
Yeah.
Ario means two, and the theme of this first collection is like duality, lineage, legacy, identity, all those age-old questions that women go through as they evolve, right? And figuring out how to anchor. So that's the name of the installation. The name of the brand is Tea Bags by Ivy, right? So you'll see that these flowers, yes, have been here since last week, Thursday. We're not going to change them. Obviously, there's a reason for that. And you'll see flowers throughout the install, and I'll tell you more about that here in a second. But this is where we start, and then we will move over here. Like I said, what I do in Hawaiian, right? So a lot of people know me as, the DJ for Dallas Mavericks, formerly their current area host. And yeah, so that's kind of how a lot of the world met me. And it was great until it wasn't. I hit a point in my life where I was like, this is not fun for me anymore. Or like, I don't love this. But it's hard to say that when everybody thinks you're on top of the world. And that was really, really hard for me. And to know me is to also know that in that space, I've been so many different versions of me. I've loved fashion and clothes and all the things my whole entire life, but what I came to realize as I look back on my journey in that space is I always wore what I was feeling. So when I was like a bigger girl, like wearing oversized clothes and like, you know, hiding my body per se, but still being really swaggy and wearing streetwear and the sneakerhead phase, and I'll change my hair a million times, and the colored hair and the hairstyles and the piercings. Like there's nothing I haven't explored in terms of like self-expression. And they were always like purposeful even when I didn't know. And so I got to a point where I was really bored and I didn't know what to iterate. Like I lost a bunch of weight. I, you know, made my sustainable wardrobe and clothes. Like we were talking about clothes for a long time and I didn't know what else to do, right? So I started carrying 2 separate handbags because I thought it was cute. And those are the original 2 handbags that I would carry, right? And
These
people,
two?
yeah, those 2. Yeah, they were from Akira, and I owned them because they were blue and green, which is, you know, Maverick's colorway, my favorite colorway. But as a woman typically does, she finds a problem and fixes it because it really hurt to carry 2 handbags in one hand. And at some point, I would carry 2 actual separate different handbags for a long time before I settled on those 2. And so one day, 2 years ago, January like 4th, something, I was like, what if I just made a bag that was like a 2-bag bag, right? And I started the journey of 2 bags without knowing. And it was not because, it's important to note, I did not set out to design bags. That was not the MO. It was like, I want to carry these 2 bags, and I don't like carrying them separately, so let me fix the problem for me, right? So then I got there, then I got there, then I got there, then I got here. Then by the time I got here, I was like, okay, I need something a little bigger than a shoulder bag. Like I want wallets, I want totes. Like I was like, this is really cute. I love this for me, but like, what more? And so that's how we got the first edition of the bucket bag. We got the first version of the tote bag, and we got the first version of the wallet. And by this bag, I was like, oh, I found a designer. Like, it's not as easy as calling China and be like, hey, make me a bag, right?
Yeah.
I started to learn about tech packs and like actually learning design language and like sketching and, you know, working with my designer to actually put together like, you know, thoughtful concepts about what I wanted to do. So that's kind of where that kicked in. Right around here though is when I had thought about, you know, in the future, if I were gonna make versions of this bag for me, I would never have like designs on it ever. It would always be a blank canvas because I really love making things my own. That bag was painted by a Dallas artist named Latrice Sharif. But later on it came to hit me. Yeah, Latrice painted that, and it came to hit me that like we're all a canvas. Like all of us are canvases, and we should be free to create all around us. You know what I mean? And I kind of want that to symbolize that. But also it got to be a really cool way of collaborating with other female artists to kind of make wearable art, like quite literally. So this was like me stress testing to see if like my dual tote could make it through some shit. It didn't, but nonetheless, like, you know, this wallet is like my fave because I was playing around with detachable concepts. So it's actually like a detachable wallet, magnetic. Yeah, but I was like, I'm not sure that I'm ready to actually make this the same as like all these other bags detachable just yet. So I wanted like some uniformity in the collection. So I was like, I'm gonna put this back on the shelf, but I'll revisit that concept at a later date. But this ultimately represents like my work in progress, right? And I think that we as women specifically need to embrace the fact that we are constant works in progress. And this reminds me of how long it took to get to a different destination, right? And it's counterclockwise because shit never happens on the time you think it's gonna happen on. Like, it's God's time always, right? So it's not, you know what I mean? Align all the things. So that's a little bit about what this part of the installation represents. And then as you move here, again, like I said, a lot of people know me from the Mavericks, and this was a way of commemorating like my evolution journey. As you can tell, like the names in the back move from DJ Poison Ivy to Poison Ivy to Ivy Winfrey, and like while I was in the organization, which obviously is facing the other side of the wall for a reason, I was changing, right? And I think it's really hard to change in a space and a place that thinks they already know you. It's almost like you're not allowed to change, right? And that's kind of what really put me in this spin cycle of like, what the hell, right? So I'm like, I'm changing my name. Did you see that I'm changing, right? And so this is just my way of also being grateful because sans that platform, right? Like I don't have everything I have now, right? So it's been a bitter push-pull relationship, and this is me publicly like talking about it, but I'm grateful like for the community that's on the front. I'm grateful for like the family I've gained from the organization. I'm grateful for all of the things that came with being a part of like history in that way. They're obviously hanging on Ivy vines, which is a nod to me. So, but even with Ivy, the duality behind Ivy is that a lot of people think that, oh shit, like Ivy, poison ivy, you touch it, you get a rash. Yes, there's that side of it, but there's actually a value to poison ivy in the wild, like, right? For like gardeners and certain like, you know, people who work in that space, like it actually is almost like, it's like the cat to your rat. Yeah. Essentially. So duality speaks again, right? There's that there. And it's like 10 years, like in 10 years, a lot can freaking change, right? And it's just speaking to allowing yourself, giving yourself the permission to grow, right? And so yeah, that's that here. And then we get here. So this is the entire first collection of Two Bags by Ivy. So funnily enough, again, my word for the year at the beginning of the year was intentional. And be careful what you speak over yourself because it just might stick. 8 is my lucky number. I was born on the 28th. There are 8 letters in my whole legal government name. My line number is 8, and there are so many more instances of why that means, you know, a lot to me. When I was designing, I was just designing and iterating, and I stopped at 8, not because I thought to stop at 8, it just got really expensive, so I was like, all right, this is enough. Like, yeah. I've had my fun, you know what I mean? Yeah. And again, because I wasn't intending on creating a collection, I was just making shit for me, right? And then when we got to 8, I was like, wow, like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, and also by that time, a lot of people would always ask about my bag, right? Or my bags. Even when I was carrying 2 bags, obviously, because you might like carrying 2 bags. So this is kind of why I think of this as a conversation made wearable, because it always led to a conversation, right? But what is the conversation? It's the conversation around the dualities and multiplicities that women experience in any walk of life, at any age. It's like that's the reality of being a woman, right? And so my brand lexicon is very anti-picking. It's like carry both, like refuse to choose, like pack your power. Because I got to a point where I was like, y'all keep pointing this gun at my head talking about pig. Y'all gonna lose me. You know what I mean? Because I can't. I literally can't. Yeah, please feel free, touch, play, all the things. I can't. So I got to 8. Then I was like, okay, you know what? Since y'all girls want it, I'm gonna put it out in the world. Why not? And I wanted to make sure that even as I was doing that, it was still really intentional. So all of these are, is this first collection for me?
This is the first?
Yep, these are all, yep. So for me, this is a way of like honoring, again, where I came from, my matrilineal art guide, like this, they're all named after my grandmothers, my daughter, and me. Because I think that's a way of, especially as I've been going through this like evolution process, like who am I, where I come from, I found out a lot about myself like going through this process. For example, I have 2 grandmothers, great grandmothers named Veronica. So one bag is Veronica and one is the Luya pronunciation of Veronica, right? And again, like I wanted to create something, like I said, if it's a conversation made wearable, I found myself making a lot of statements, you know what I mean, at that point in my life, where I'm like declarations and statements. So I look at all these statement pieces, and I'm a very like deep layered girly, so I really wanted to make sure that before I put a product out into the world, that people understand exactly what it is that they're carrying, what I'm about, who I am. I think that women, especially as consumers, like literally the directors of spending, you know what I mean, at the highest level in terms of consumption, could be a lot more aware about the brands to support and the causes they stand for. Yeah. When I started thinking about like luxury and bags and et cetera, I was like, it's crazy how luxury, as we know it traditionally, is very aspirational, right? it makes you aspire for more. It's like you're not anything until you buy a Birkin, until you do this, until you do that. But what brand actually meets women where they are and, you know, affirms that they're enough as is? You know what I mean? I love that. It's my favorite. I absolutely love that bag. And it's so versatile because the hardware is crazy. And also, like, these are excellent. So you can carry these as, like, bags on their own. And you can carry the bag on its own. And my plan in the future is to be able to, like, create base versions of this bag. And then you can just like, because I'm like, this is my travel bag, so when I travel and I don't want to carry 3 bags, well, I have 3 or more.
Yeah. Or you can even do a campaign. You know how they say to consolidate.
Literally, a bucket, like all the things. This is one of my favorite, actually. So, anyway, so there's that. A lot of etymology in here. I think moving forward, what I'm gonna do is that with every collection, there's like a story to tell, right? So those 2 things can be true at the same time. If you like the bags and you don't buy it, that's all you care about, great. But if you're more of like a story, because there's gonna be so much extension from this, right? It's really, and what I figured out as I was going through this whole process is what I love to do more than anything is tell stories. So I told stories with music, then I became a host, and God was like, okay, you have a microphone, so your voice is amplified. But then I got a script, so in my job, like all my work is scripted. But I can never really ever freaking say what I wanted to say, like out loud. So this is my way of saying everything I think, being everything I am, you know what I mean? And hence the colors, like they're statement bags. So this is not for the girl who's looking to like blend in, and don't get me wrong, like I'm a neutral girly at times, but in this instance, like I'm very much about being loud, being bold, taking up space, like all the things, right? Somebody's gonna talk to you carrying a pink and fuchsia bag or whatever. It's gonna spark conversation, which is ultimately like the whole point is when you talk more, right?
Right.
So in the future, there'll always be 8 in a collection. There'll always be a hero bag. So in this collection, the hero bag is the rose bag, which is my grandmother's name, and she's named after my grandmother and my daughter. So the duality is that's Kiani, who's my daughter, but she's Kiani Rose, and Rose is my grandmother. And it'll only be available in a specific color, right? And in that hero storytelling version of it. And you'll only be able to buy it at a live experiential activation that we do like this one. Or if I seed it to you because you are, you know, part of the ilk of the storytelling that like I'm doing in that instance. So a lot of Kenyan girls got that version of it.
Yeah.
And I think that'll allow me to keep the brand ethos of telling stories with each collection without just like randomly putting out stuff in the world, you know?
Yeah, so it's not available online.
That color right is, but the other one, no.
Okay.
No, yeah. The other one, no. So then when you come over here a little bit, you'll see these canvas bags. And thinking about the consumer experience of what I want my brand to represent. Like, one, I don't think women need any more shit that we have already. So I was like, okay, when I'm shipping these out, what do I do? Obviously, I have to have a box, yes. But also, I'm really all about disrupting just naturally, right? So think about like luxury. I think of this brand as representing like emotionally intelligent, like luxury. What does that mean? Giving a woman a space to like actually honor, you know what I mean, who she is as she is. But then luxury too, it's like, okay, that's wonderful. Sustainability is great for me, is like huge for me. For a lot of different reasons. When you buy stuff, like I'm so over like unboxings. I love them, they're great, but it's like, and then what do you do with all that paper and ribbon and like whatever have you? Like, yes, for presentation it's wonderful, but can we, you know, at this point get to the chase? But what I want to do is package all these bags in a second bag. So you get 2 bags when you buy a bag. So this is the bag that you get when you buy like the rose bag, and it is named the Wangari carry-all, named after Wangari Maathai. And Wangari Maathai obviously is a badass, but she was the first Black Nobel Peace Prize laureate ever. She happened to be Kenyan, and she was all about sustainability, a tree hugger before tree huggers existed. Right? She's just like so fucking cool to me. If I can go back in history and do that whole like, oh, who you have dinner with? Her for sure. So I want to create sustainable second bags for all these bags for them to come with like as packaging. And then you're unbagging, you're not unboxing. It'll come in a bag, you get 2 bags, use the bag. So it's my like take on the dust bag. So I don't think you buy a purse to put it on your shelf. like I wear my shoes, I carry my bags, and I hope that women can like, we don't consume to just like feel good. You know what I mean? Like buy the shit, use the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I 100%.
Yeah, this is my whole ethos. 100%. Right? So they're on display just like, you know, as artifacts here, but that's the whole purpose behind them. And then they come customized too, so they come with your name on the back. Yeah. Which I think with the zipper, all the things, exactly. Like I think that nobody gives away things that have their name on it, first of all. And then also, I think that we need to remember who we are. Like we need to be, because at some point you become mom or Mrs. So-and-so, or, you know what I mean? It's like everything but who you actually are. And I love interactive things too. So I was like, you know, come here for a second, sign the bag. It's like my version of a guest book of a woman who, you know, impacted your life in some capacity and you want to memorialize, but also your name, so I want to know who was here, you know? And if you look at like the campaign photos that I shot for the brand, this is like the actual coat rack that's in the thing with me and all the bags hanging on it. So it's a cute little like tie to, you know, my first campaign per se. And then we come over here a little bit. And again, like I think that for me, I think the best creations, spark collaboration, right? And co-collaboration. So like, this is a great story, again, about the power of women, our creativity. I've also been really like known to take male-coded things and make them girly. Again, it's just part of that like disruptive thread that runs pervasive through my life. So this was made for me by a woman named Radvilla Lolly, and she is a Miami Heat season ticket holder. And by the way, this is her everyday game wardrobe. Like this is like 44 times a year courtside. This is her.
I love it.
So when I saw it on Instagram one day, because you know me, I don't know strangers, I make friends with everybody. I DM'd her and I was like, hey girl, I want that, like what can I do to get it, right? She's like, okay, just send me your measurements, your phone number, your address, and a few other things. She literally purchased all the jerseys on her own. She had it made. She had her seamstress fly it to me. Fit me on the day of the game. So first time I wore it was the NBA Finals, and it was like, thanks, girl. Like I was like, can I like pay you whatever? Because the biggest payment that you've given me is putting me on like a crazy stage, right? And I was like, oh shit. Like, and we're friends now, great friends, collaborators. She's just doing amazing things. But I think to me, just spoke to how we're all we have at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it talks to that jersey wall because, much like the handbag, which was not made for women, I think it's, you know, it's just in my DNA to take things that are very male coded and turn them into stuff for us. And this to me was an act of reclamation in many ways. And I was a size 2 at some point, so I was like, God bless my heart, maybe I'll get back there, I don't know, one day. But even this bag, this centerpiece right here, which I absolutely love, was painted by an artist that I met. Her name is Swen. And I met her here 2 weeks ago. And I met her and I was like, hey girl, you know, what do you do? Da, da, da. And she goes, oh, I'm an artist. I was like, great, because I have a canvas for you. And that's what came out of that. And I have another one that was painted by an artist in Kenya named Hakima that I met when I was in Nairobi. I was like, I like your art, can you paint my bag? So I hope that in the future, like, people will see this and be inspired to turn this bag into a canvas. Like, don't be afraid. I think sometimes we say like destroy. It's like, no, it's not destroying, you're creating. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think the best creations, you know, incite co-creation and like, you know what I mean? Further make it yours. So I will turn that projector on in a minute if you guys are interested in watching before you head out. But one of the things I really love to do, that I found out about myself through this process too, is giving myself the permission to create in every form. So I've done it in music, I've done it in language, I've done it in fashion. I shot, edited, and produced like a little mini doc with my grandmother, which was wonderful until it wasn't, because it just showed me a lot about the women from who we come from. Very like resistant and hesitant to get their flowers, very like, I did what I did, I did what I had to do, very anti being seen, didn't want to be on camera, you know, very camera shy. And that resonated with me a lot because that's how I've been for a lot of my career. People, I guess that no, they're like, you shy, introverted, like whatever. Yeah, but I think a lot of us hide in plain sight, actually. But I mean, it's probably the easiest place to hide, right? And so this is me being extremely vulnerable, probably the most vulnerable I've ever been. But hoping that through that, I can pass that power, right, to another woman to be able to tell their story in whichever way they see fit, and find any medium, find art, find story, find music, find any way it is that you can to express yourself. It's on a canvas, makeshift projector, because it's very much an ode to women just using everything they have to get, you know what I mean? Like, to get shit done. For lack of a better way to put it, you know? And so when you watch the video, you'll see it's like, oh, it's very uncomfortable because I'm just like, Granny, like, you're a badass. Like, you know this. Like, you're widowed when you were pregnant with my mother, worked for a second, like, you know, worked for 27 years, bought a home. Like, you've done so many things that, heck, I don't even know, like, if I could do if I were in your shoes. And so that brings us back here, because that's, and this is my way of not only by naming her bag, you know, the bag after her, but telling her story, and giving her flowers while she's still here, to receive them. But flowers to me, when I love flowers, I just do. And this is my way of just honoring. I think they're some of the most like feminine things like in nature. But if you think about their life cycle, it's amazing. They close, then they open, they bloom, and they're beautiful, and they're fragrant, they smell great. But even as they wither, there's still so much beauty and utility in their petals, and they're extremely resilient, right? They reach for light, they reach for water. Like, flowers are beautiful. Like, if you just take the time to study.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I actually kind of like roses after they die a little bit.
No, I do too. It's not crazy at all. It's not crazy at all.
It's something about the way that they look, even after.
Yes.
I'll leave them for like a few days because I'm like.
Yeah. Look at, like, it's the magenta. They're so rich. They're so. I thought you're not weird at all. Like,
okay.
You're so seen. But that was the whole point of this whole entire collection, is to be seen for me, but also to help other women feel seen, felt, valued, and heard. And when a woman carries a 2 bags bag, I really hope that that's what's going through her mind. It's like, I'm not afraid to be bold. I'm not afraid to be seen. I know my value. I speak what's on my mind. You know what I mean? And just create that community of like-minded women. So there are a lot of things that I want to grow from here. I would love like a retail storefront that, and I will have it. It's coming. That doubles as like a set for a talk show that I want to produce. Think The View, but not for like 50 and up, like for us in the middle, you know what I mean? And I think that we need more communal spaces, like, and I want to call it retail therapy, because it's like we go to all of these stores to buy all these things that we want to get to make us feel better, but then they give you like a glass of champagne and you drop $10,000 and you get a box in a bag, and it's like, bye, see you on the email list, and we'll see when you're back to give us some more money. But who is actually putting back, you know what I mean, as much into women as we are putting into their product, economy, brand, whatever. So it's a storefront, it's a set, but it's also a community space to activate around the wellness of a woman. Why? Because I think of this as a wellness companion. Every woman has a bag by her side, right? But what does that bag remind you of? How can we turn this thing that you have by your side to be a reminder of taking care of you, unpacking, unbagging, packing, and I mean repacking, cleaning it out. It's the vessel, but you are the vessel too. So it's an analogy. So, yes.
I love this so much. Okay, so you keep seeing me smiling so hard because I'm like, today I'm doing like my birthday week vlog or whatever.
Have your early birthday?
Yes, it's the 26th. And so a lot of things that you said today spoke to a lot of where I was. So I recorded this. I was not expecting to record that whole thing, but I felt like it was so, like it just summed up everything that I want to say. And I'm like, how can I get all of this into words in this, short bit? It is, but I feel like you summed it up beautifully, and it spoke so much to where I am right now with I don't even know if it's reinventing myself, but just bringing out the parts that I pushed down. Mm-hmm. And so I just could relate to a lot, everything probably. And I feel like it was like fate. Because I texted her yesterday and I'm like, hey, when's your next availability? And she's like, you want to go to this with me tomorrow. So I'm like,
no
sure. Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I could probably vlog this today. Like, I wasn't even really gonna vlog it, but I'm like, I probably should. So this is awesome. I'm gonna leave the whole thing in the video.
Thank you. But yeah, and that means a lot. And I think that for every one of you and me, there's a couple million more. You know what I mean? And that's my mission. My mission is to, you know, turn this thing that we all carry into something that reminds us of all the things talked about. So I wanted you to hear that, because now, yes, like, do I want to get out to the world? Hell yes. You know what I mean?
Okay, I am back home, and I had to hurry up and get home so I could beat that traffic. And my husband and I are probably gonna go to like a happy hour or something, because we are child free for the rest of the week. But y'all, I feel like I'm gonna have to process everything Ivy said, because I really think it's, first of all, I am so grateful. I am so grateful to have people like my friend Stephania in my life. I'm so grateful that I got to meet Ivy today, because it just kind of confirmed, I guess, things that I've been thinking and feeling, especially, you know, I'm about to go into a new year, and it just really just confirmed and affirmed my thoughts and my feelings. And also, it was nice meeting somebody that I feel like was more like me, because I have really been struggling, and maybe I'll just go ahead and share some of this with you guys. So before I got into wellness, before I found out I had fibroids and, you know, started dealing with all of that, I was a fashion girly. Like, I actually had a clothing line and all that. And that's actually how I met Stephania. But I, you know, feel like at some point I went into wellness, and I ended up in the wellness space, and it wasn't really something that I intended on doing, but, you know, I'm here. And so recently I've kind of been having this, I guess, coming home, like, or I feel like I'm coming back into myself. And that's not to say that wellness is not a part of that, because it is a big part of who I am now. But also, I want to go back to fashion, and so fashion and beauty, and be in that space too. So it's kind of been hard, because I've been trying to figure out, I'm both, right? But I've been trying to figure out how to communicate that out, or how to just, I guess, be that when it comes to my brand, because I don't feel like I really fit the typical wellness aesthetic, or I feel like I do, but also I feel like in order for me to do that, I'm having to, I guess, leave some parts of myself out whenever I'm showing up here or showing up on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I feel like I'm having to cut some of those parts of myself out. So I've kind of been struggling with that, or trying to figure out how to approach that here. And that's really why I've started doing more vlogs, is because I want to be able to, I feel like that's just who I am, but I want to be able to show you guys that. I want to be able to just be that, you know, here. I don't want my brand to be, I guess, stuck into one thing, right? So I've really been trying to figure that out. So meeting Ivy today really affirmed some of my feelings about that. And really, it was just really nice seeing somebody that loves fashion, but also cares about sustainability, and also cares about wellness, and also cares about not just meeting somebody like that, but meeting somebody who looks like me, who is these things. Like, I literally feel like I was standing in front of a version of myself. And like, there was at one point, like, I almost got a little teary. I was like, girl, do not be standing here crying right now, but it just affirmed a piece of myself and confirmed that I'm on the right path, and that also it's not just me, you know, because I do feel kind of alone in that. So it was just, I'm so grateful for today. I'm so grateful that I said yes, because I don't like driving into Dallas, but I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad I went with my gut. Because that's one thing that I really try to practice is whenever someone asks me if I want to do something, like, what is my immediate feeling or response? And my immediate feeling or response was yes. And I was like, why would I kind of questioned why it was a yes for me, because honestly, like I said, I hate going into Dallas now. I live on, like, outside of Dallas, so it's kind of a drive, it's a trek, but yeah, it just kind of made me, I'm just very thankful that I had today's experience. I feel like I have a lot to unpack from today's experience, and it's super helpful. And I'm going to link Ivy's website below. And I think, I don't know if she's on Instagram, but I'm going to link all of her stuff so that you guys can go support her. And I also really loved her appreciation and respect for other artists, and her ability to collaborate in a respectful way, because that's super important to me as an artist. Because I feel like even though I talk about wellness all the time, I'm ultimately an artist. That's just who I am. So it was just beautiful to meet somebody else who, you know, has the same thoughts and feelings about this, and who can verbalize all of that. I think she verbalized it or said everything so beautifully. And I just really respect and appreciate that. So I'm going to share all her stuff in the description. Also, I'm going to leave all the footage in from our interaction. So I'm sorry if this gets a little bit long, but I feel like what she was saying was so important, and I feel like it really will resonate with a lot of people that are like us, which is probably most women. It's all women really that are really living, you know, in this dichotomy and trying not to choose, you know. So I'm going to leave all her info below. I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole week in this one vlog like I said I was, just because her portion is a little bit lengthy in the video. So I'm gonna, like I said, leave it all in, because I think everything that she said was important and it resonated with me, and I hope it resonates with you. But I'll probably just film the rest of today, and maybe I'll just do a daily vlog for my birthday week. Maybe I'll just do that instead. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the house, see if my boo is ready, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec. that matcha milk on me. too. Thank you. Half your face because I don't want people
$30. Out to the new baby.
Okay, babes, I am home. I'm about to put on some comfy clothes. I'm probably going to take a quick shower. Put on some comfy clothes. And we're about to watch the show Reasonable Doubt. We kind of playing catch up. We just finished season 2 and I think we started on season 3. So yeah. We're about to do that. I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. And thank y'all so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this vlog, even if you didn't, thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm going to get comfortable. Y'all, my allergies done started acting up. Because my toxic trait is, I know I got allergies, but I'm going to still be outside regardless. If I sound a little bit stuffy, that's why, because my allergies have started acting up. But thank y'all for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. I will be sharing another video tomorrow. Yeah, that's that on that. I'll see you guys in my next video.